Here comes Junior, right behind the Joe Gibbs Racing duo. Trouble. Keselowski has spun and coming back onto the track and gets tagged.
Got a hard lick right there.
Heavy damage to that whole right front corner on the 22 of Brad Keselowski.
Like Josh Wise in that 39.
I see a little
jockeying by Landon Castle. Actually kind of made an abrupt move in front of Keselowski. We saw that on the back straightaway too.
Wow, what a hard hit.
Well, Josh Wise just nowhere to go and just piles in there.
It looked like Todd Bodine ended up with some damage on the front of his car there. I believe that's who that was that came in and got into the back of Josh Wise then.
Getting crowded up there in the front right now with the 42. Oh,
whoa,
trouble. Big
crash. Danica Patrick and Joey Logano.
Oh, man.
And Eric Almirola.
Holy smoly. Heavy damage there on Danica.
Those cars are killed.
And Almirola piling in at the last second and going up in the air. Patrick
Danica's
quickly out of her car.
Oh man, it looked like the 22 just got loose.
I think that.
Oh man,
what a
ride that Danica went on.
Danica took a heck of a ride into the wall, and then the 43 just plowed in there.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. I think he committed to the outside lane. Pretty big impact by the 43. As you could see, Almirola sitting in his car. He hadn't quite gotten out.
Big contact with the 42 of Justin Marks, and the caution comes out once again. So Marks with hard contact. Take a look at what happens here. Daniel Suarez in the 19 coming up on the 42.
19 was trying to go to the bottom, and Marks was going to the bottom, and 19 just needed to check up just a little bit and give him some room, and then he got the car overcorrected and hard impact in the wall.
Huge impact.
Yeah, it is.
Justin Marks, hard contact. Take another look. 3,400 pounds of race car off the ground after slamming into the wall.
Crafton trying to work the high line with his teammate Ben Rhodes. They're a little further back. Oh, and Gus Dean is going around.
Ooh, hard contact.
A big hit for Gus Dean, and the caution is out.
These trucks are so hard to handle, Phil, in a pack like that. Talk about the truck getting hard to drive. You can see how he's got a truck right on his back end, maybe a little bit of shove there, but I think that the front end was light on him. You know, he was already heading up that way, and that push into the back was just more than he could handle at that moment.
That's Gilliland in the 4.
See him kind of bouncing up the track, and then that push from Gilliland was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
And Gilliland had nowhere to go either. He had someone on his back bumper, and boy, that's a
man, that's a frightening feeling seeing that wall coming at that speed. Believe me, I know I've hit a few of them.
Not the homecoming that Clint Boyer wanted. The Emporia, Kansas native, hard into the wall, and he is out of the car and getting into the back of the ambulance. It's right along with Jeff Gordon.
So hard as a driver when you have to turn the wheel back right. If you don't, you're going to spin out. But when you turn the wheel back right and the front tires catch, this is what happens. So you just got to not turn the wheel back to the right as hard. It's very difficult to do. We see really good race car drivers do this, and every tire is different.
Big hit by Ricky Carmichael, Ray. Big hit by Carmichael into the wall. Destroyed the front end of that truck.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh, good to hear that.
Thank goodness for those safety barriers.
Look at the destruction.
We heard Ricky just say he got loose. He's in between two trucks, and he does get sideways and then overcorrects it. And man, did that truck hit the wall hard.
You talked about it. You're going 160, 170 miles an hour when you get into the turn.
Yeah, but you know,
and that's a hard right turn.
You just don't see wrecks that hard very often. I mean, that truck clobbered the outside wall, and he shot up there at just such an extreme angle, Phil.
Almost perpendicular to the outside wall.
Head on.
What a shove for Chase Elliott out into the lead. And now is a hornet's nest behind him. Here's Christopher Bell to the inside of Justin Allgaier. Look out, Ryan Preece is around. He'll hook them on. Oh, what a hellacious spin to the inside of turn number 2. Ryan Preece going for a wild ride off the second corner.
And back there we saw him catch, it looks like the tire barriers. Caught it at a bad angle, almost tore the right front of that car completely off.
He spins across the field, luckily missing the 22. Austin Dillon getting on the brakes, and then right here you mentioned the end of the tire wall. That is a tough impact, spinning the car around.
It was John Hunter Nemechek in the 42 that was right behind him. We don't know if there was contact made or if just the car got loose as he came out of the turn.
Ooh. Got one off, and that is Matt Kenseth. Hard hit as he came down. Wow. Caution is out for the 4th time today.
And you see him right here. He's on the outside, and Junior gets up over the curb before he gets there. Junior gets into his left rear, but at the same time, if we have that other shot, what's Junior's right side of Junior's car as he hits the curb? Boom,
and it knocks him into
and it knocks him straight to the left, to the left. And we've talked about it before. It is really tough to go through this area of the racetrack side by side. There's just not enough room.
Kyle Busch's hopes reside with Brad Keselowski and his ability to push.
Well, he's getting a nice push from him.
Oh, trouble. Harvick's around.
Oh, got spun on the backside by the 43.
How many is it going to collect? Oh, what a vicious crash. Eric McClure.
It looked like a net had made a move to try to go up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like he was getting a push, and he was going to try to make this happen. That hole
closed up.
As you can see, as Kyle Busch went over, Brad Keselowski tried to go over.
That was Joey Logano that was behind the net.
Yeah, it's like I said, everybody's trying to go to the front, and those holes close up so quickly. You can see the safer barrier deflect tremendously when Eric McClure hit it.
Ford has won here at Talladega just once. It was the first race run here back in 2006. Mark Martin took it to victory lane. Oh, contact, and around goes Todd Gilliland.
Hold your brake there. You okay, Todd?
And a big hit for the 4. Was running second. Watch what happened.
There's the bump. Trying to get to the inside.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens right there, you know, you saw him get the 98 truck up, and as he came up and hit him with the right front, you just lose control of your truck, and it shoots it to the left. So he got in the back bumper of him, and that's what we were talking about earlier. When you're offset to the left like that, it makes that truck in front of you loose when you get into the left rear quarter panel.
Moves himself up to second place. In the wall hard goes Casey Kane
Hold the brake, buddy.
and Martin Truex.
Hold the brake.
Wow, that was huge. Look at that car. And you think we're not going fast here?
Martin's all right. Unhooks his cool tube.
Look at that thing.
What a hit.
I get a feeling something happened to Martin Truex Jr. in that 56 as hard as he was driving it off in that corner.
Sure does.
I mean, he wasn't even able to slow it down, it didn't look like.
I bet well, it's hard to say about brakes, but that looks like a car that lost its brakes.
Bodine on the outside too, making it 3 wide back there, about 6 rows back of 2x2, but side by side coming out of turn number 2. Around goes the 32 and hard into the wall. Miguel Paludo hard into the wall coming out of turn number 4.
Very reminiscent of Danica's accident in the duel.
He's the second car on the second truck on the inside line.
Wow, maybe he let off the, maybe he made an evasive action there because of PK Jr.
Wow,
what an
impact.
How violent that was.
That truck weighs 3,700 pounds, and it flies up in the air like that and catches on fire, and yet.
Now, Joey Logano continues to drive back to the front. 14th already, Matt.
That left front corner structurally sound, and they have repaired it with.
Big one! Oh, my goodness. The 25 hit hard. That's Chris Cochran.
Gosh, that's a hard hit.
Scary, scary moment coming off of turn 2.
Coming off of the corners here where the banking falls away,
the back of these cars get really, really light. So if you're, I mean, sometimes you don't even have to touch the driver in front of you, but if there's any contact at all, you're going to see a result like we just saw.
We're under caution at Watkins Glen. A terrible crash for Denny Hamlin. That is in turn 1 at the end of the front straightaway.
This looks a lot like a brake failure.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some brakes. The front brakes are, the left front's locked up.
It's almost like the throttle hung.
Gosh, man, that could have been. It could have been the throttle hung pushing the front tire. Man.
Tony Stewart's sitting out there right now. That is not a good place to be. He's a setting duck. They're going to come by him like he put on the brakes.
Yeah, watch the run these drivers get that are lined up. Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. right there in the 88. Watch the burn.
Here we go. Here we go.
And she's all right after a hard crash, and the caution flag is out.
See if we can see exactly what happened here. As
all
we
right,
look
she's
down
at the back of the pack in the inside, and they're 4 wide across here, just about, as Allmendinger leads them way up the high side. Where is the contact?
Somebody's going to come down into her, I think.
Almirola.
Yeah, right there. He got on the bumper of it. Looked like McMurray's car, the one, turned him a little bit to the left. Thank God for safer barriers.
That was a hard lick. It's almost that car didn't even look like it slowed down as it was going across there.